Hello, Misfits. You like my little video extravaganza today? I just took a little bit of CBD oil capsule from Delray and a vial full of kava. Took my Phenibut yesterday. I took the stress test a couple weeks ago, so I have a follow-up with the cardiologist next week. So I'll go from there. I assume it went well. I guess no news is good news with that, so. Hey, it Rich Piana last scoop inning. Shout out to Dixie Highway 101010. Blue Light District, that's right. Chuck E. Cheese Ranch, thank you for the great input, the well-researched advice you gave me. Doing a cycle of LGD 4033 and MK 677. Thoughts? Yeah, I mean, the MK 677, I know Lenny's a fan. He likes the appetite increasing effects and it says it helps him sleep. It really didn't help me sleep, but it's a growth hormone secretagogue. I don't know too much about the LGD. My fan of Louis Simmons, I've heard of him. I never applied any of his training, but it works for a lot of people. He's a guru for powerlifting. CBD, yeah, I don't feel anything either. I got a program where I was able to do little classes and get free products from certain companies. Hasn't done anything for my inflammation. I thought I slept well on it, but some nights I didn't sleep well, so. But people are raking it in off it. It's almost like a pyramid scheme, I think. What would I recommend for a first-time Phenibut dose, and what would you get out of it? I get lift modes, fine crystals, and I do about a teaspoon, which is 8 of those little orange scoops that they put. I don't recommend that much. Maybe do 4 of those little orange scoops or 5 on an empty stomach. Not first thing in the morning. Get a meal in and then wait 2 hours and then do it because it can upset your stomach. It doesn't hit you right away, but in a few hours you'll feel relaxation and sociability. But in higher dosages it has like a stimulant effect. And in higher dosages you'll sleep really well, and then the next day you feel it too. What do you think of Coach Trevor and Tony Huge? I saw they were on RX Muscle with Dave Palumbo. They're doing those experiments for 30 days or whatever of mega dosages. I don't know. I mean, they seem knowledgeable, but the thing is, a lot of this stuff with gear and drugs and things, it's like it hasn't been tested out in the scientific fields, like long-term, what to expect, and interactions with other things. It's just there's more to meets the eye than just going to get blood work while you're running gear. You should get other exams like I did on the heart, get an echocardiogram, a heart scan. You know, just regular blood work sometimes doesn't tell the whole tale of it. Thoughts on Larry Wheels abusing women? I haven't heard of it. I haven't heard this. First I've heard of it, so. Dale Chance, how's it going? I'm sure it's all over YouTube, and I could just pick a video and hear about it, but I don't know. It's weird. They all come out of the woodwork, these women, with this shit. You think Tony Hugh will get Jason ripped? It's not for a lack of knowledge. It's just you have to be with him 24/7. That's the key, and nobody's going to do that. I mean, Harper did a good job with him. PJ Braun knows his stuff. Tony Hughes knows his stuff, but Jason he won't stick with it. Chuck E. Cheese Ranch says high dosage of statins won't will reduce plaque. Studies show high dose does substantially within 2 years. Yeah, at first I thought it was just a cholesterol drug, but it does help stabilize the plaque. That's the key for me. If you have so much plaque in your arteries, the possibility of it rupturing is when you could have major issues up to and including death. So, show us your doodle. What's that? Never heard of her. Are you going to get a medical marijuana card from Big Lou? No. Maybe if I was terminally ill. I took Phenibut yesterday. I took a CBD capsule about a half hour ago and some kava. I had a vial of herb farm kava liquid, so I took a vial full. Somewhere between 6 and 8 of those little orange scoops is good. Yeah, of the orange scoops. The lift mode fine crystal Phenibut. Yep. Ever had Kodiak protein waffles? Yeah, check out my first YouTube video I made last spring. I made Kodiak cakes. It's a favorite of mine. Felt like I slept worse on CBD. Fell asleep easy but had weird dreams. Really unpleasant. Made me believe CBD is a scam. I think it is. But some people say it helps them. Could be a placebo effect. I haven't noticed less inflammation, better sleep. I just take it. Like I said, I had it. I didn't pay for it, so. What's the blue light for? My brother, severe depressed individual, went through a phase where he was buying all sorts of lights, blue lights and this light and that. So he gave me a bunch, so I use them. What's a good first roid cycle? Depends how old you are and everything like that. If you were to do it the legitimate way, and you tested low and you legitimately can get it, you would get testosterone, maybe 200 milligrams a week. So, can't go wrong with test as a base. And then, depending on whether, aware of side effects of the orals, liver toxicity and stuff, you could throw in an oral if you're more into powerlifting or just putting on size. EQ's good, DECA. My first cycle, I didn't have a clue. At 17 years old, I took Equipoise and Winstrol, and I got great gains. Good evening, Gabriel from Riviera Beach, not too far from where I was from. Do you think bodybuilding is more dangerous than strongman? Yeah, because you have to do a lot of drugs that are harsher on you internally, like Winstrol, Proviron, Tren, although strongman may use those too. But for a strongman, I think you can get away with a little bit of test and DECA, and you're just getting, you don't need to worry about estrogen controlling that and hard, dense, ripped-looking muscles. Just, you're probably doing more cardio. But a lot of strongman drop dead young too, like John Paul Sigmarsson, and there's a couple others. They died in their 40s. But the drugs you have to take for bodybuilding is worse than strongman. Regan Gouda, putting on some size there, buddy. Are you done with the bodybuilding scene? Yeah, I'm finished. Done. Finito. Have to find different endeavors. Blood work. I'm a biatch, ass Brad, the male proc. Hey, better safe than sorry, but like I said, there's more to it than blood work. My most recent blood work was fine. It was the heart scan that detected all the plaque, so. How do I keep my faith when I have crazy thoughts? Like what? Elaborate. And your faith in what? Christ? Elaborate on that. Adam McLeod, how's it going? Adam's going to flag this live for bullying and harassment. Here are these vermin, these worms out there, the flag crew flagging Instagram videos because they disagree, the little snowflakes. I don't smoke weed, no. Should Jason step on stage? Only if he's extremely conditioned. The blue light makes it look like some whorehouse. Yeah, a cat whorehouse just outside the door. Is kava good? I've never tried it. It's relaxation. High dosages and too frequent use is really bad for your liver. But they say the people in Fiji, I believe, one of those South Pacific islands, would use it and would totally calm them down. They would never fight on it. So I had it laying around. I figure I'll take it. Zinc and magnesium is good for your heart. Yeah, I take both of them. It's kava, not Java. What would you recommend to up my squats? Jake Fazio asks. His legs are strong, but your squats suck. Work other muscles that are involved in the squat, like glutes and hamstrings, and work on your mobility. You can implement like chains and bands and set the pins real low and work on pausing from the bottom and exploding up, box squats, all that stuff. My squat was never great. I did 585 for 10. I never went above that. Best time to do cardio when cutting. I always did it first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. But beyond that, post-workout. Have you heard of BPC 157 and TB 500 healing peptides meant to be really good for injuries? Yeah, can't say the BPC did much for me, but I know it's worked for a lot of people. And the TB 500 is supposed to be good too, but I think I read something about it possibly. I guess like if you had cancer previously, which they say we all have cancer cells, but possibly proliferating the cancer cells. So that one kind of was worrisome, but the two of them were supposed to have a synergistic effect and really heal injuries. Thoughts on arachidonic acid? They used to make a supplement. The guy that wrote a couple of those steroid books, William Llewellyn, had a couple of those products, but supposedly I think you get it from red meat. But that's the thing. It's inflammatory, which may induce muscle growth, but that's bad for your arteries and the rest of your body, so I don't see the point. Doing plumbing from Australia, stopping to watch you. Nice. Just give you a little break from plumbing away there. Once it's up, keep it up. That's a rule to live by. CBD makes you get high. No, CBD has no more than 0.3% THC. Would you bang J-Star? I don't know who that is. What do you think about all these women crying abuse in the fitness industry? I don't know. Valentino made a good point. It's something my dad always says, where there's smoke, there's fire, but who knows? He made some good points, Greg Valentino, that it took them this long. They did a thorough investigation, so for them to formally indict him, but that doesn't mean he's going to get convicted of it. Meow Man would have got his ass whooped back in the day if he actually had a fight. Probably. It depends on who you're referring to. Sure, a trained fighter, any size really. I'm not delusional to think, I'm a bodybuilder or powerlifter, I could beat anybody up. But somebody with good size against an average person that doesn't have good size and doesn't have fighting skills, who do you like in that fight? Thought about online coaching like Jason Blaha. I have a few clients I got on here. I'm helping out. But I don't actively promote it, like I said. Have you heard the latest that Eddie Hall is training to break current Raw bench record? How do you think in your prime you could have hanged with those guys? Eddie, Brian Shaw, Larry Wheels. I didn't do anything other than a couple bench meets, but I was very good in the deadlift. Squat was so-so. Being short, stature, it would have been tough to do a lot of strongman events, but I could have held my own with the gym lifts, that's for sure. I forget who made the video, but what do you think is the reason on why getting bigger muscles also causes your head to grow wider and look fatter? That could be from the growth. Growth hormone causes acromegaly, bone growth in the skull and the facial bones and things like that. Or just water retention, and a lot of people say just going on gear, even if you don't train your traps and shoulders, they grow. Neck too, that's why everybody says my neck looks so skinny now, because I'm off everything. When I go on, I don't even need to train it, it'll put on 2 inches, so that may explain why the face grows too. Thoughts on Lenny liking 10-10-10s? Hey, that's his thing. Chris Jericho said he saved you from a bully when you bounced at a show. Yeah, sure he did. Yeah, I don't think the curl record's going to work for me, 405 pounds. You should beg for sponsorship from Broadway Medical for free TRT and medical marijuana, bro. Dale would. How should my diet be like to get lean if I'm a postman? Post office delivery like Brad? You might have to add more calories than otherwise because you're pretty active if you're on foot out there. Low carbs, moderate fat, high protein, cardio. That's just the generalities of it. Should start doing some Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for general fitness. Yeah, that's probably good cardio. It's expensive. I don't have an extra $100 a month for it. How many times a week can you take Phenibut? I don't do it more than twice a week because the effects last an additional day. Then you have that third washout day where you're kind of depressed. So that's 3 days there. So say you take it again on the 4th day. So the 5th day you'll feel it. The 6th day you have the washout, and then that's the end of the week. So I say twice a week. I need something to heal my kidneys. I'm fucked. What's wrong with your kidneys? That's tough if you got real bad kidney damage. It's not like the liver. I hear cat piss is great for your heart. Really? Let's hear your references on that. Yeah, I've heard of a blue Russian cat. What's an average day of eating look like free now? For me now? I don't know. I had a carton of egg whites, which is 50 grams of protein, 1 whole egg. I had some home fried red potatoes this morning, oat bran with blueberries, and then I did legs. I had a couple scoops of whey protein with blueberries, banana, and strawberry. Then I had sirloin steak and crab cake with potatoes, coleslaw, and grits. And then I had my mom's cooking linguine, tomato sauce, some pork chops. And then I just had a shake. How's your heart? I guess it's fine. I haven't heard back from the cardiologist regarding my stress test. Who runs the steroid drug trade? I don't. It's not like the cartel. It's just anybody that makes the stuff can sell it. Opinion on plant steroids like Phytodrol. They say plant steroids are good for your prostate and cholesterol, but I don't know. I'm not going to do anything for size. Thoughts on bacon grease tablets? Yeah. Better off putting butter in your shakes. Thoughts on Clomid for upping test level? It may. I mean, well, it's PCT, so it'll get your luteinizing hormone and follicle stimulating hormone going. Ever hit a muscle more than once a week? Yeah, Lenny and I tried training legs twice a week back in the day. Can't say that I saw anything from it. See you, Joshua. Be careful. Eat some crackers. Back in the day when you trained with Lenny, would you guys do direct neck work? Yeah, every week with shoulders and traps. Did PJ Braun actually get indicted? Did he a couple months ago? Him and Aaron Singerman, their companies? I don't know. I haven't heard anything about that since. Thoughts on the cookie cutters vaping? Is it cookie cutter if they're vaping weed, since not many people smoke weed? Vaping is going to be one of those things where they found out there's very bad side effects, and everybody's just been doing it thinking it's safer. Tell us a story about Lenny with a tan 1010. Probably something you've heard before. It'll be nothing new. Does no FAP help with testosterone? Honestly, I don't know. That's what people say, but it sounds like bro science. Who knows if it does or not? Think of guys in prison. They probably fap and fuck one another, and I bet their test levels are high. I think that's what's happened with me, because I know I can't get on anything. And I went for donating blood a couple weeks ago. My hemoglobin is higher now with low test than it was at any time when I took steroids, so figure that one out. Because I'm willing myself to get my test levels up, since the doctors won't prescribe it. But I don't think it has any effect one way or the other, fapping. But I think you should fucking quit. It's a waste of time, weakens your psyche, and it makes you reliant on pornography. Is banging dudes gay? For females, it's not. You mean guys banging other guys? Of course it is. Thoughts on Larry Wheels hitting women? I don't know. I haven't heard anything up until you guys bringing it up. What's up? It's David. How's it going? So do you just plan on training recreationally now? Yeah, pretty much. I don't have much choice in the matter. Do you see Lenny hitting on a normal women with Rob Zilla? They were saying he's a pro wrestler. Yeah, I saw that. The white gal on the Ave. This Pomp's a lesbian. Who would win in a fight, you or Jay? No comment. The guy just had serious knee surgery. Nobody's going to be fighting anybody. I'll probably never see Jay again in person. Is deadlifting really worth the time for the injuries it causes? You could get an injury benching a plate. You could tear your pec. Guys tear their pecs benching 225 in the combine. Depends. You want a big deadlift, then you deadlift. If you want a big back for bodybuilding, do rack deadlifts. I think that's a safe move. There's a potential tear in your bicep with that over-under grip, but it's so awkward. I mean, how often do you lift something from in front of you like that? I do trap bar deadlifts and rack deads now. It's just more. I fucking deadlifted a ton back in the day. I don't need to do it again. So you could still build explosive strength and development with a trap bar deadlift, and it's way more natural, way more functional to what you would do in life, picking something up like that. Yeah, Phenibut has bad withdrawals, but I've been doing it so long, I know how to manage. I know what's coming. How did the inside of Jane Genova feel? Jimbo Slice, how's it going? You and Lenny hit the gay bars? Yeah, we did. We infiltrated. It was a lot of laughs. Thoughts on the Twitch girl throwing her cat on stream? I don't know. I don't know anything about it. Have I ever looked after a Tonkinese cat? No. Wasn't aware of that. What can you do for a high liver count? If you're taking orals, stop. Cut back on ibuprofen, acetaminophen, Tylenol. Drink lemon, squeeze lemon in warm water every day. You could try Live 52 by Himalayan Herbals, milk thistle. Broccoli sprouts are really good for liver. Did you know PJ when you lived in Florida? No, I don't think he was living down there then. What are Lenny's thoughts on Hitler? Listen to some of the podcasts. You'll see his thoughts. Do you think, had you stuck with powerlifting, you would have had a 700-pound or plus bench? Yeah, I definitely do. The only thing that would have stopped me would have been a major injury. Anyone watch WWE Raw Reunion Monday? Pomps looks like the current old man road dog Jesse James of DX. No, I didn't see that. What do you recommend for penis growth? Hang weights off of it. Or a kid in high school told me, take a wet rag and get a hard on in the shower and do exercises with it. He said it'll get it bigger and strengthen it. Thoughts on Ben Shapiro? Isn't he a right winger? He's pretty good. Jason said he made you famous. Wouldn't say I'm famous, but the little notoriety that I have, yeah, like I said last time I did a live, was because of Jason. Really, we can all thank Jason, as crazy as it sounds. Glad to hear that, Misfit Maniac 123. Why do you think the social justice warriors and the leftists still can't get over Trump as the president? Three fucking years later, think they know that Trump will get reelected? Yeah, they're relentless. You got to give them that. Bunch of whiners. That's all that's on. When I do, if I warm up doing cardio in the gym, 5 minutes on the treadmill or elliptical just to warm up, all the TVs, that's all they talk about all day on CNN and MSNBC's. Trump this, Trump that. It's ridiculous. And they're making six figures or more of those putzes. Can long-term lower back pain be affiliated with your kidney? Probably, but if it was that long-term, you'd probably have kidney failure or some... You could have a benign tumor. I was told I had one on my kidney. It was causing back pain. You can get an ultrasound. Can you vape test? No fap just makes you so horny that you are not afraid of rejection from girls. Yeah, I think that's the idea with it, so you can, get courageous enough to talk to females. I need to take taurine 3 grams 3 times a day to up my test levels naturally. I didn't know that it did that. Best exercise for big triceps. I think skull crushers if your elbows can handle it. Did I watch the first Democratic debate? Which human filth choice would you make? I didn't watch it. I don't know. How many of them were there? Garbage. Crop of garbage. What do you think of men getting off seeing their wives getting fucked by black men? I wouldn't get off on my wife getting banged by any guy. Paul Smith, how's it going? Thoughts on black people? I work with black guys when I do the security gigs. One guy, good friend, becoming a good friend of mine. He's a good guy. I know he'd have my back. I have his, but I don't like... Anybody could be a cookie cutter. But the black cookie cutters, that follow the lowest common denominators and whatnot, it's, I don't have any place for them, any use for them, but, I don't judge color. Get to know somebody. If I like them, I like them. It's not just because of the color of skin, it's their behavior. Pomps is 290 pounds? He can't be that heavy. Thoughts on the Twitch woman tossing and abusing her cat on stream and not getting banned? Where, on Instagram? Should be a lifelong ban for that. I went from a 515 for 1 trap bar deadlift to 610 for 3. Yeah, it's good. Bryce Harper does it. He's one of the best power hitters in baseball. How do you build upper chest? Heavy inclined barbell or dumbbell. Can you fight Brock Lesnar? No. That guy would kill me. Trap bars don't bother my knees for the trap bar deadlifts. How many times you jack it to Debbie DeAndrea? None. Where do you see Jason in 10 years? Who knows? I mean, talk about people not getting their health checked out while running gear. Jason does. Do you think he has a clue about the side effects and things? I mean, and just gullible, taking anything, injecting anything. Who knows what his health is like? Or he could just piss off the wrong person and they're not going to care about his disabilities or whatever and whatever. But who knows? It might not be good. How do you think you'll do on a one-on-one street fight, John Cena? I think wrestlers are tough. You know, they don't have like martial arts skills, but going through that lifestyle, wrestling and being on the road all that time and hitting the ropes and bumps and stuff, they're tough people. I don't think I could take them. Trap bars are good training for explosive squats. Yeah, I agree. What are my thoughts on Hitler? I don't think too much about him. It's history, ancient history. I only know what I was taught in high school, and who knows what to believe, really. Lenny, you know, he's dug up some research and some other misfits, and they DM me things that weren't really told in high school about the whole Holocaust and everything, but I don't know. Doesn't concern me too much these days, Hitler. Randy Miss or Jerry Rice? Who's the better receiver? Jerry Rice. Would you sleep with Lenny to get his gut fixed? He said I guess he got it checked out. He would have told you guys what it was. Thoughts on idiots hating police? Again, it's like hating an entire race of people. Yeah, you got some bad apples everywhere, but don't hate all police. Some of them are dicks, but a lot of them have one of the toughest jobs in the world. They get paid not that much money to deal with the dregs of human nature, so I respect them. Do you think there are or were any legit natural bodybuilders, lifters? Oh, yeah. Greg Valentino was talking about it in one of his videos on Muscle Sport on YouTube. Some guys are just genetic freaks, and then you add in the drugs. Would I get a swastika tattoo? No. Why would I? I sold the red truck. Got a Nissan Rogue. When is the butter shake video coming out? I don't drink them anymore. Would I ever wear a pink sport coat with a yellow snake like PJ? No. I don't even own any coats. I don't own a suit or a tuxedo. Share a moment when you saw Lenny the most mad and for what? We were bouncing at this club in West Palm Beach on the second floor. God, for the life of me, I can't remember the name of it. And we both took some GHB. And he just started going nuts and had a weird effect on him. And Jabbar, there was another bouncer named Jabbar. Black guy, looked just like Sammy Sosa. And his girlfriend worked there. She was like a little cocktail waitress. And Lenny cornered her in the this little side room where they'd refill drinks and stuff. It had a curtain. And Lenny just looked at Jabbar and went in the little room with her and closed the curtain. Jabbar didn't do anything. But we started G'ing out, and Lenny was like, we're both like nodding off in this techno room that they stuck us. They didn't want us with the main crowd. So we found out Jabbar and this other guy that looked like Mark Henry ratted us out, and they claimed we were trying to sell ecstasy to people, which I don't even know what it was back then. So they kicked us out of the club and wouldn't let us work there anymore. And Lenny was going nuts, screaming out in the street, saying, "Get Jabbar out here!" Yohimbi for fat loss. Yeah, it's supposed to be pretty good. Yeah, the Mets, they suck. Thoughts on Toby Alder? He's a natural that recently hit 430 pause bench. I don't know who it is. What are my thoughts on Saul saying Jason will never get into shape? I agree with him. He still has some marbles left, Saul. He was right on that one. Where did you move to South Carolina? Or where or when? I came up here in 2008 to Greer. Lenny's prime, how strong was he? That bench he did in the video with me, which was like 5-something, he rack dead like 8 plates. Leg press was good. I don't remember exact numbers right now. Do you think PJ will go to jail? I honestly don't think he'll go to jail. Probably have to pay some sort of fine. Who has the bigger penis, me or Lenny? I don't know. We never measured them. Lenny will tell you his looks like a Coke can, though, on stage. How many carbs did I eat on cutting days? This last contest I did, it was less than 200. The refeed days, I would double the carbs. Thoughts on people who hate the police because the celebrities promote it? It's ridiculous. Yeah, I saw the video, Big Richard threatening Jason. What else? Mrs. Andrews up in Virginia. Debbie DeAndrea texting me. She's still around? Yeah, I tried insulin very, very briefly in 2006. I didn't like it. Will I be on the podcast again? If I ever get down to Florida. What are your thoughts on the Netflix show Trailer Park Boys? I don't know. Somebody said I reminded them of the guy that likes cats in it. I don't know his name. I didn't think I watched it years ago. I didn't like it. I didn't find it entertaining. There's a cat serial killer here in Olympia, Washington. $30,000 reward to whoever did it. Find whoever did it. Yes. Swift justice for the serial cat killer. Honestly, should Jason be living on his own? I don't think so. I think, good thing he wasn't in an apartment and like burned the place down or something. Very, very, very hazardous. Best pro hormones back in the day. I don't remember the names. There were some that were pretty strong. What are your thoughts on sitting down to pee at less stress? Have you seen Lenny's dad? No, only pictures and just stories he told me. I'd go meet him. When did I first get into cats? 2011. I had one as a kid, but my first that I owned was 2011. How did I survive the Florida heat back when you were a fat guy? Kept the AC real low. Thankfully, my truck had AC. But Lenny and I weren't afraid to get out there and run sprints, as heavy as we were. Ugh. I think I'm on to something with the kava and the CBD. I'm like very drowsy now. I can go off to sleep. That's basically what I don't know. More the kava than the CBD. Do you answer DM questions? Yeah, definitely. A lot of people DM me. Is getting stronger the most important thing for a natural to gain size? Yeah, you have to have a strength base. You have to be able to move heavy weights with good form and good tension, I think, to build the size. I don't remember the steroid company new form. Last time you've been challenged to go fight behind the gym? I don't think ever. Did you ever get rejected by girls because of your height? I know most girls prefer guys over 6 feet. No, I do know it's something that appeals to a lot of them, but no girl ever told me that. I dated girls and banged girls that were taller, so. I don't have any more old pictures of Lenny to post. I'll see. I'm going to be moving here in a couple of months, and maybe a couple will turn up. Pomps wants to know if I do the devil's kiss. I'm not aware of what that is. I don't know when I'm going to Florida again. No, all my Italian female family members are up north and married with kids. What are your thoughts on Jason's girlfriend, Cynthia? Do you really think she has all those jobs? What she talked about in the podcast? Who knows? She was pretty interesting on there, though. I'll give her that. But if she was on many times in a row, it might get a little old. Thoughts on bath salt zombies? People that do the bath salts and that crazy, they still doing that? Jumping rope, yeah, I'll do it from time to time as a warm up. It's good for agility and cardio. Eating ass is devil's kiss. It's Brad's new move. Oh, he likes it, huh? Lenny talked him into it. Not bad. Not as white as Lenny's. And he doesn't go to the dentist, but my teeth are pretty good. How is Dale in real life? Dale's a nice guy when I met him. Matter of fact, I got to DM him. I'm going to go up there and train with him soon, hopefully within a month. Do you think you could bench press Pomps? Yeah, I could bench press him. Lenny went to wrestling school. He should have pursued pro wrestling. We both should have. Is Lenny all talk? With when it comes to what? Like fighting? Certainly not with the things he does with the female and the 10-10-10s, but Lenny's got a screw loose, so maybe he's not the best fighter, but I think he's gutsy. I mean, he's not going to back down. Nope, never seen Lenny fight. Do I agree with Blaha saying a 200-pound overhead press, 300 bench, 400 squat, 500 deadlift is a good strength base? Yeah, it's decent. I mean, especially for somebody a lighter body weight. What do you hate the most in the gym, people's doings? Cell phones. I mean, that's why I really don't post much in the gym anymore. And I'm not talking about like selfies, well that too, but just sitting on the phone like looking at something. And it's not their programs. They're just probably texting somebody. They look like they don't even want to be there. Their body language tells it all. Especially when it's like something I want to use, like a hammer strength piece of equipment. And then just a general lack of self-awareness. People like talking, and you're benching, and they're like talking inches away where they could ram it into the friggin' bar. So, don't the HA run the steroid trade? Hell's Angels? I don't know. I don't think so. There's plenty of people not affiliated with them that make their own and sell it. Can you give your honest, transparent opinion on McCuckles? Who is that? What's the weirdest thing Jason has done around you? Back when I worked at LA Fitness with his mother, he ran around the locker room naked, and somebody said his pubes were longer than his penis, and he was making people very uncomfortable, saying, "What do you think I'll rip up to? If I'm 220 now, what do you think I'll rip up to in about 8 weeks?" And he's running around naked in the LA Fitness locker room doing that. Lenny is your good friend. Why not sit him down and tell him he ain't going to achieve anything anymore in bodybuilding and to drop it? Everybody's already told him that. I mean, I don't think it'll do any good. With the last scare being in the hospital, I mean, I hope he thinks twice. I mean, I wasn't hospitalized, and I'm going to, like, I'm done with it. So, our compound lifts enough for a good physique? Yeah, I think so. I remember I met you guys in Vegas in front of the Rio. You guys were waiting for a cab or Uber. Do you remember? Yeah, remember meeting some people out there. What are your thoughts on Bug Richard? Big Richard? I never met him in person. Lenny said some guy knocked him out or something happened with him. He was calling some guy out, telling him to re-rack his weights. McCuckles is Adam McCuck. Adam's a good guy. Met him in Vegas and chat with him on here. He was kind enough to send me those shirts. So why do you call him McCuck? He seems like a good guy to me. You ever devoured some grub at Buca di Beppo? What is that? Is it an Italian joint? Thoughts on the government killing Marilyn Monroe? It's not the first, and it won't be the last that they kill. Thoughts on the rise of simps and beta males nowadays? It's just a brainwashed culture. They need to follow Coach Red Pill on Patreon and YouTube. Annoying you in Vegas. That last day, yeah, I didn't sleep well. We were up all night, and then we were at that place, some sports bar. It was just, yeah, it was a little much. I could be a moody fella. What is a stupid trend you and Lenny couldn't stand? The jeans, the flat dress shoes, the ball caps, the affliction shirt. Yeah, I feel pretty good now. I think I'm going to get some good news from the doc in a week. I'm done with cycles, maybe a little TRT down the road. Thoughts on Mike Tits? Mike's a good guy. He talked Lenny into going to the hospital that day. I know Mike a long time. Strong. He wouldn't train legs for whatever reason, but a very strong upper body. But guys, I'm going to get out. I'm going to head out. I'm going to start slurring my speech. I'm getting congested too. It's weird. That kava. Got my own kava bar here. If you guys want to come up with the blue lights, see the cats. I should have a drawing for who wants to spend a weekend with the cat man. You guys down? Thanks, Ariana's biggest fan. Appreciate it. Thanks for sending me those links. But yeah, I'm gonna head out, guys. Appreciate it. I kind of do feel like a cookie cutter in the new vehicle, but so what? That's what I'm relegated to being since the bodybuilding days are over. Thank you. Peace. Stay healthy. Be good. You guys too. Take care. Take care. Yeah, Lenny did rant about the stereo systems in the vehicles. Yeah, no problem. But whoever asked, yeah, DM me. I'll get back to your DM. Weekend with the cat, man. Let's start promoting it. Come stay in my flat for the weekend. See the cats. Take you to the gym. Good stuff. Take you to the local haunts. All right, I'm out.